Alright, here's my second game with Ascension. Winning the die roll. Pretty cool. Man, that's a pretty ugly hand. I hate the double reef and ponder. Like, yes, it's a cantrip, but it has to be the worst cantrip. Rite of Flame is also sort of a blank in this hand. In a hand with more stuff, it would be better. At least I have a Cascade Bluffs. I'm going to keep it. In a lot of matchups, it pays to be able to make 4 land drops. Like, it is the perfect number of lands, and I'm going to try my hardest not to draw more. So I'm going to draw Ponder off the Ponder, then draw Sleight of Hand. Next turn, I'm going to untap and cast Sleight of Hand. I'm going to see Rite of Flame and one other card, and assuming it's a good other card, I can take the other card, but if it's a land, I can always just take Rite of Flame there. Looks like we might be getting Duressed. Damn, how did I mean, nobody plays Duress, it's Inquisition of Kozilek or Thoughtseize, but what a call. So this will be an interesting match to watch. I'm going to be playing against some sort of control deck and probably losing game 1 by the looks of it. Passing turn 2 with mana up is not fun. Oh, we're playing fairies. Oh, that's interesting. The ability of Uner's Prowler might come in useful. I might be able to discard a card that I have 2 of in hand. Do I want to make red there? Or double blue, maybe? I like double blue. This way I don't lose life if something like that happens. And what? No, I do lose life if something like that happens. So it's pretty simple from here. It looks like I have a turn 5 kill. I'm going to draw the Ascension now, then draw the Revival. This protects me best from discard. If he discards my Rite of Flame, then whatever. And yeah, I guess discard wasn't an issue, whatever I did. So like Mana Leak, etc. are just completely useless at this stage in the game. I'm on a slow clock, and yeah, just overall in a very good position. Clock is getting a little bit faster. So I'm probably going to need to cast the second Metamorphose to get going off. And given that, I think I'll just go ahead and do it now. Maybe I should hold the reef in case I want to. Nah. In case I want to discard it to Prowler. I can discard Rite of Flame a lot of the time. So we're going to Metamorphose to draw that Ponder. Cast it. It's a lot of Ponders. So can I just kill him right now? It looks like it can. Show you how. So on a blue and a red. I'm going to ponder again and draw more gas. It's pretty awesome. I'm drawing all of them, so order doesn't matter. We still have a Shivan Reef land drop we can make, but I don't need to right now, and when you don't need to make a land drop, it can never really hurt to wait until the off chance that you draw Cascade Bluffs, because it can turn one of these 2 red mana, which can cast cantrips, into 2 blue mana. I'm not going to cast Manamorphose straight away, and I'm going to go with Ponder of the Sleight of Hand. Why? Because I want to draw both of those. I want to draw one of the next 2 cards because there's a land on top, so I'm going to draw that one. Noxious Revival means that I'm now infinite with Manamorphose, and he's just completely dead. So I guess I'll go through the motions on camera just one time, and then on other videos when I'm comboing off and they don't concede, I'll wait a bit. I'm gonna... I guess there's not much reason not to preordain, but whatever. So I'm getting back a Manamorphose and a Noxious Revival. It means I can just keep on cycling those Manamorphoses. As you can see, I draw Manamorphose and Noxious Revival, so that gets me infinite mana. And I have infinite mana now at any point that I want it. Just for speed, I'm going to draw both of these. And... whatever. I'm going to deal myself one damage. Probably wasn't optimal, but he's dead, so optimal's less relevant. Sleight of Hand twice. If I had like 17 lands on top, it was possible for me to fizzle there. And now both of my Ascensions are active, so I get triple Manamorphose, triple Revival, which means that not only am I making infinite mana with that loop, but I'm also drawing a card every time. So, if I wanted to do that, I could draw my entire deck that way. It's faster to just cast cantrips though, of course. And that'll do it. He's on 18, so I just need to draw the lightning bolt, aim it at his face twice. It's not actually necessary to grab Manamorphoses, anything other than lightning bolt. But we were. Okay. So turn 4 kill is pretty cool. And you got to see just how explosive the deck can be, because it did not look like I was killing turn 4 there. What on earth do I expect blue-black fairies to be boarding against me? Do I worry about extraction here? Do I worry about Mindbreak Trap? Like, I say that in jest. If he's dedicated board slots to Mindbreak Trap against me, I'm pretty happy. I don't think I'm worried about Extraction because I have Research, and he seems like a deck that I can deck as long as I have metals in the deck. I'm gonna grab one Boomerang too, just because it wins the game a lot of the time in the early turns. I'm not going to mess around with the Splinter Twin board at all this game. You saw last game versus Infect. I actually boarded in just a couple of pieces rather than the combo. I do that sometimes. Dream Script is pretty useful against counterspell decks, because like if they leave up 4 for Cryptic Command and you tap one of them, they look like idiots. I'm gonna preference it over Rite of Flame, even though Rite of Flame is the slightly stronger ritual. I don't think speed is quite as important as being able to interact in this matchup. Not that I really know anything about this matchup. I know that he casts 2 Luna's Prowler and a Duress, so I can keep this hand. It's, yeah, totally fine. We're going to be leading with Ponder, and this is a great example of why Ponder sucks, incidentally, because I'm going to end up having to draw all 3 of the cards that I see from Ponder. So, I can always choose to shuffle though. That's why I'm playing it first. Got a Preordain, so I no longer have to draw all of these cards. I'm not that unhappy about the possibility though, to be honest. I do need to find red mana, but it shouldn't be an issue. Coming to play tapped lands, pretty good in this format. So I have an Ascension on top, and I don't particularly want to draw a second Ascension. However, he does have counterspells, so it's possible my first Ascension doesn't resolve somehow, even though I'm holding 2 Dream's Grip. Like, yeah, it's going to be tough for him to keep it off the table with those. And I'd much rather cast Serum Visions. I got that backwards. I'd much rather cast Preordain before Serum Visions. Man, it's harder to talk and play. Because, yeah, now I get to see the same cards that I just scryed with Serum Visions. Look like a complete idiot. I'm gonna leave Manamorphose on top. Even though I can't play the land, it protects Manamorphose from discard. Do I think this card ever hits Manamorphose here? No, probably he takes Ascension, but why give him the option or the information? Actually, he wouldn't have known that I had a red land. He would have known because I put a card on top. Whatevs. Looks like I'm just resolving Ascension with a Dream Script next turn, and then winning the game. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Should probably have done that like in my draw step or something, but whatever, we'll just go to post-combat main. It seems strictly better to do it in my draw step. And he's like, oh right, my deck. Oh, he didn't even float mana. I guess it would have cost him 1 life. Could have floated a colorless. I don't know, that's just weird. And Spell Snare. Spell Pierce. Alright. That's totally fine. So we have a second copy, we can just go at it again next time. Pretty close to being able to end of turn, tap one of his lands, then go for it with Metal the Mixture up. Oh my. Oh, this is very awkward. So the question now is what to do, because I can Metal for another Ascension and go for it soon-ish. I think that's probably the best play. Expecting to draw into one of the 2 remaining Ascensions is optimistic, but I could always draw into a Noxious Revival. I sort of feel like if I go for Compulsive Research, it just gets counterspelled and I look like an idiot. I'm gonna Ponder. I'll probably just take a land, and then shuffling away a Manamorphose, which is too bad, but I think it's still just the right play. grab an Ascension. Very slow, and extraction sucks now. But what is going on? Is he grabbing what? I'm sorry. What just happened? I guess it's getting disrupting shoaled. I cannot imagine that he just does that. Wow. Okay. Well, if he had nothing, he had nothing, I guess. But I don't think that's the right play. I'm gonna try to level up my Ascension, then boomerang 2 of his lands, and that should be game. I just need to draw a cantrip. I already have my Dream Script in hand. Does he have Madness or something? Is he gonna Goryo's Vengeance in Emrakul? That would be sweet. That's probably what's happening to me right now. Awesome. Okay. Well, I guess I should have seen that coming a long time ago. Am I dead? Looks sort of like I'm dead, huh? So we're gonna scoop this up. It's unfortunate that I got to cast 0 thingamajigs that entire time. 0 Catexian probes to see what was happening. Because if I see what's happening, it's not too frightening. I'm gonna board out Lightning Bolt, I guess. Am I? It kills Prowler. Well, yeah, he even Muddle transmuted for it. Definitely should have seen that coming. Sorry for the mic tap. Maybe... So I'm gonna board out Dream Script. I'm boarding in these 4 guys because they tap Emrakul, which blanks his deck. And my plan to win is just Compulsive Research him dead, or if for some reason I don't want to do that, like that he has Emrakul, I don't want to do that. I mean, I can boomerang all his permanents and just hit him for 6 a turn. And that seems perfectly fine. And probably better than playing Lightning Bolt. Snapback doesn't work. I'm going to put Compulsive Research in again because I am just planning not to play Rite of Flame, I guess. No, Rite of Flame gets around his counters. Shoot. Yeah, I am just going to go for the boomerang kill. I mean, he'll probably scoop before I get there. He did game 1, so that was nice. And I need to make 2 cuts. Well, it's painful. I could cut Revival, possibly. I can always cut, like, just cut 2 of the bad cantrips. Maybe I'll cut 2 Ponder. They're not super great in my build. I'm gonna do that. Never cut Ponder over Sleight of Hand before, that's for sure. Gonna keep this hand, it looks sort of swell to me. Now let's see what's going on. See what I have to get through to win. So he has Spoils of the Vault and no black. He has Muddle and Piracy Charm. What does Piracy Charm do? Island Wall. Can I target it? He's playing it solely to make me discard 1 card. That's pretty absurd. I'm gonna put Ascension in play now, and that should get me quite a long way towards just winning. I just need to draw one duplicate. I'm not going to draw another Ponder most likely, but Sleight of Hand, Rite of Flame, Gitaxian Probe, Noxious Revival, and we'll be off to the races. Oh, he can discard Emrakul with Piracy Charm. It all makes sense now. I can Noxious Revival in response to Emrakul, by the way. Yeah, that's a cool card. In response to Goryo's Vengeance on Emrakul, I mean. So, I'm just gonna... Yeah, like, Revival's the pick over Metal there anyway, but at this point I'm holding 2 cards to just blank his deck. That's pretty swell. Look at all those Muddles. If I draw a land, probably the play is to transmute Metal for Metamorphose. He cannot find a black source. Fine by me. Don't draw land, but I do draw Rite of Flame. Gonna go ahead and make some red mana and then cast Ponder twice. Alright. I mean, that slows me down a turn maybe, but yeah, completely irrelevant. So I guess I'll keep these. It looks a little slow, but it's not possible for me to lose right now, so I'm not too worried. Noxious Revival's a damn good card. So he's targeting himself. Nice deck, very good. And we're going to go ahead and put that on the top of your library. For free. I guess I'll grab Gitaxian Probe, might as well. Extra card for free. Seems good. And it even shuffles the Emrakul away after it gets put on top. So cool. The top 2 cards are garbage, so I'm gonna get rid of them. Ascension, like, yeah, I actually think it's pretty garbage here. Yeah, I do. And that should be enough to win. Boom, little black. So I'm just gonna write, that makes me infinity mana. I'm gonna hold the land as per usual. Metamorphose. Serum Visions. Keep in mind that I can always muddle for another Metamorphose here. I also have Noxious Revival in hand, although I'd rather not use that when there's like even a 0.5% chance of me fizzling. I did decide I was going to boomerang him dead and then attack for everything, so if you want to stop watching at this point, I totally understand. If you do keep watching, good for you. Proud of you. Okay, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and muddle for Metamorphose. Should have cast my probes first. doesn't seem like it matters. So now we draw another Ascension, and we're in a position where we can actually use it. And another. Running low on life. Find the boomerang. Do I have one copy of Metamorphose left in my deck? 2. Should be able to find that pretty easily. Or now I have another Noxious, so I could also just Noxious it back. Cost me other 2 life. I'll be okay. So you can see that the deck doesn't really have trouble going off even without Dream's Grasp for another ritual effect. It does make it a little bit harder to untap all my lands for his turn, because I'm going to pass with like 3 copies of Muddle the Mixture up, theoretically. But I still can. I'm actually running out of cantrips at the moment. Gonna have to Noxious back some stuff pretty soon. Because I think I'm getting into the part of my deck where I've scried lands to the bottom, maybe. No, I can't be yet. I'm just hitting lots of lands. Idiot for making extra red. Look at that hand. Jeez. Okay, I have lots of mana. I'm going to go ahead and boomerang his permanents now. These are all free because they untap an island. I'm gonna keep my life total at 4 where it is. So that means in order to draw some cards, I'm going to let 1 copy of Muddle resolve. Put Revivals on top, and I'm gonna grab a Boomerang, whatever Muddles I have. A Revival, why not? Probe, why not? Probably discard it. Exarch. And I think I can go ahead and pass the turn now. I only have 1 Muddle in hand. How did that happen? It should be good enough. looks good. I have no monomorphos. It's awkward. I think there's one on top though, maybe. There's another muddle. And yeah, we're just totally winning. La-di-da, do-do-do. So we're wearing some permanents. Alright, and he finally scooped. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit different, but we got there.